All right, energies. So I've been doing some research and I've been watching Terrence Howard on Joe Rogan's podcast. And I don't know if many of you knew, but I went to school for architectural engineering and physics. So I'm real big on math and science. I just want to show you something that he's saying when it comes down to how things are created. He says that the sun has birthed all the planets. Okay, the star birthed the planets. And I just want y'all to take a peek at it and then we'll reconvene this. Check it out.
So you believe that the sun is the origin of these planets?
Of all the planets. Every solar
solar
star
system
within its solar system gives birth to all of these other planets. This is what Walter Russell had talked about. This is what Neil deGrasse, and they attacked him for, because he talked about the drift, this natural drift, and that didn't make more sense, and they didn't have the idea of dark matter and dark energy then.
Right.
They didn't even come up with that. And now we understand 4% of the universe is visible,
right,
and 75% of it, 70% of it is dark energy, and 20-something% of it is dark matter. Unperceivable things, and they say that's because they needed to figure out how would they get the spin and create and have the galaxies.
Why do they
the
hold
spiral
together?
galaxies?
Right.
Well, what my team did, Chris Seeley, who's my he's he's my Scotty. We use the same simulator that they use at Princeton. And we took linchpins, and we haven't even introduced linchpins yet, but it'll be a great introduction for it. We took linchpins, this configuration of where 6 pentagons meet, and we put them in particular order. There's a link for that right inside of the thing that James Pellegrini sent over to you, if you'll pull that up. And we rebuilt the planet Saturn without gravity. And it has the rings with no animation. It has the rings and the hexagon that's observed at the very top of it, without dark matter, without dark energy, without gravity, showing that it's an outward force pushing down that creates the planet. If you can pull that up, and he explains it out, it's like 3 minutes long.
And where does the matter come from?
He used, well, the matter, remember, that's condensation. If you were to picture, before we watch it, let me explain something. If you were to picture the waves at the ocean, the darker the waves, the deeper the water, you can't see a distinguishing fact between them until they crash into each other. That splatter, that little foam that comes out, it lasts for a couple seconds, and then it settles back on there, and it's just the balance between this force and this force. That's the physical universe. Those few seconds that it takes that matter, that more dense water, and the foam to recoalesce and get balanced again with the surrounding environment. That's the entire time that our universe, or all these universes, have worked together. But if you play this is at the very beginning of my book. That's why I went on that at the Emmys, and I was like, look, I've got something else to do. I've been able to rebuild Saturn without gravity, with no animation, and then they clowned it.
Of course they did.
Okay, so in addition to that, I ran across a video this morning. It looks like it was posted yesterday. It may have happened on May 21st or something like that. But I want you to take a look at some activities that's going on with the sun. Separate from what happened the other weekend when we got all of those geomagnetic storms, check out what's happening this time.
All right, this is the 22nd of May 2019. There is something going on right now on the sun. I want you to watch this. This is live feed of the sun right now. Like I said, this is real time. Well, I think it's like 8 minutes old. This is our sun right now. I'm pretty sure this is huge. I imagine that probably lots of Earths could, I don't even know what that is, coming into. All right, this looks really weird. Really, really weird. Something is going on in the sun right now. Right now. No way. It's beautiful though. It looks like a portal.
Okay, so I first must admit that the podcast I'm watching is about 5 days old. Someone could have very well, like, they could have made that with like AI. I'm just gonna say that because some of you in the comments go, oh, that's AI, that's CGI, and you'll probably say some dumbass shit like, how the fuck did we get close up of the sun and in real time? And well, shut the fuck up, just for a moment, right? If that is actually taking place, and as a matter of fact, I'm gonna go find some more footage, and if I can find it, I'm gonna go ahead and post a news article right here that just kind of confirms that that's activity with the sun. So I went ahead and did the research instead of waiting to do it, and lo and fucking behold, you guys, shit has been happening today. So I was definitely not expecting this. But if you like, you can go ahead and pause the video periodically to read about this. You see the last 24 hours. I continue scrolling. I didn't know exactly what I would find, but what I did find blew my motherfucking mind. Okay. So here's the thing. I continued to scroll because it went back to the 23rd, then the 22nd. And what really got me, don't forget, I said pause this shit. What really got me is some of these other systems that they use to measure and watch the sun. Don't really know what the fuck they're called, but check out some of these visuals. Like, why aren't more people talking about this right now? Now, as you can see, we have made it back 2 days. So, oh, wait a minute, the 21st. All right, so again, don't forget to pause it. I'm really only doing this at this point for those of you who, if I'm being honest, you're not going to go and research shit. You act like everybody have to tell you what to do. But look at this. I had to zoom in on it. But yeah, back to the article. It goes back to the 20th. Okay. But if that's the case, and that's what it's doing, while the guys in the video are saying, oh shit, that looks like a portal. What I do know about plasma is it's supposed to spring out like a rubber band and then pop and let go. You know what? Let me show you a video real quick.
On the sun, a star of average size among billions of other stars in our Milky Way. The sun acts as an enormous power plant. The energy is created deep inside the core of the sun. Here the temperature is over 14 million degrees, and the pressure so enormous that hydrogen atoms are squeezed together into another element, helium. This nuclear reaction releases energy. The light radiates outward from the core of the sun. In the outer layers, the heat moves to the surface in huge eddies called convection cells. These electrical currents of charged gas create magnetic fields inside the sun. In some places, strong magnetic fields push their way up through the surface. They slow down the eddies of hot gas. The surface cools, and darker sunspots appear. The electrically charged gas is called plasma. The plasma drags the magnetic field further outwards. The magnetic field stretches and twists like a rubber band, and then the rubber band breaks. Several billion tons of plasma is hurled out from the sun. This is called a solar storm. The solar storm can reach speeds over 8 million kilometers an hour. After 6 hours, it blows past the planet Mercury. After 12 hours, the planet Venus. And after 18 hours, the solar storm reaches Earth. When the solar storm reaches our planet, something strange happens. An invisible shield, the Earth's magnetic field, deflects the storm. The magnetic fields couple together and create a funnel where the gas streams down on the daylight side of the pole. This is the daylight aurora. The magnetic fields stretch further back and couple together. The magnetic rubber band breaks, and gas from the solar storm streams along the magnetic lines towards the poles on the night side. This is the nighttime aurora.
Okay, so if that's how it works with these solar storms, okay, the flares, and it pops like a rubber band just like that, and it sends the energy, it sends the storm right to the planet, right? That one isn't popping off the same. Like, it's not sending it to us. It's kind of like how I feel. Like, I know we're changing from a third density to a fifth density, not to be confused with dimension. If you want me to make a video on it, I will. Okay, but I'm like, damn, son, are you out here making another planet? You birthing another planet on us? What's good? But here's the thing, there's more to it. We're not gonna see it like really happening if that's the case. But check this shit out right here.
No way. It's beautiful though. It looks like a portal.
Yeah, so wow. If everything Terrence is saying is real, which I believe him wholeheartedly. Relax, bunnies. Mommy's working, right? I'm educating. I'm trying to make y'all aware in case y'all didn't know and y'all didn't care to look into it. Since you're following me and you're aligned with my frequency and you're one of the 144,000 awakened ones, I like to believe that you're going to take this shit seriously. You definitely should go and check out the podcast and listen to what he has to say. Hold on. Sorry about that. But it's like the sun gave us our little, I'll call it an upgrade, right? It sent us some energy. It gave us some electricity, right? It's changing us. It's changing Earth. It's changing home, right? But it's also doing some other stuff. And if that's not on its way here, what is forming a circle right there on the sun? We are watching what Terrence just explained. If you go and watch the shit, we're watching. That's actual proof, physical proof of what he's saying. And I don't even want to call it a theory because it seems, if it feels right, I think it's a fact. It feels like a fact. It's a fucking fact. Yo, let's go. Follow, like, share this video, do whatever. I don't know. I really don't care, but like, I thought it was super dope. I wanted to share it with you. I don't think that plasma is on its way to Earth, but it's probably birthing another planet, okay? Now, again, I don't know if the person made that video because they watched what Terrence had to say and it was like, oh, let us show some physical proof of that. But I happened to be watching it and all of it kind of fell into This is why I'm not live, okay? It just showed up, and I'm like, holy shit. And the universe never has me paying attention to something that really doesn't matter or has any type of importance, especially for our journey or what it is that I'm here to make you aware of also. So I'm not taking this shit lightly, but I do want to know y'all thoughts. Hope to see you, right? But until then, remember to walk in love and light. Peace and blessings to you all.